Hey traders, how are you guys doing? I hope you all are having an amazing trading day. My name is Ambrose Ebuka and I'm officially welcoming you guys to today's session of Octa's LTS, the live trading session. Now, usually people join in at about 2-3 minutes when we start. So we're going to give some people time to join the session today. And while we do that, you can go ahead and let me know in the chat, your name and where you're watching me from. And you can also let me know if this is your first time, participating in an Octa live trading session. You can let me know in the chat. Welcome everybody. So usually in sessions like this, live trading sessions like this, we look at some of the ways that you can analyze the markets. We'll start by looking at the news before trading, and we'll look at methods of opening and closing orders in real time. Well, today specifically, I'll show you guys exactly how the Octa Trader works and how you can use it, to your own advantage. We'll also look at some of the steps to trading the markets. And in the course of this session, if you have any question, you can always ask your questions in the chat, okay? And if you have any, favorite pair, my favorite pair is gold and GBP JPY and GBP USD as well. But if you have any other, pair that is your favorite, you can let me know in the chat. We can look at them in the course of this session. Welcome everybody. I see Emeka from Tanzania, old student. Welcome, and also thank you for following up with this live trading sessions. I believe that it has been of great impact to your trading career, your trading activity, and also keep in mind that it's an evolving market, right? So you always want to create that vacuum for learning. You always want to understand that with trading, learning is continuous. Okay, learning never stops. Augustine from Lagos, Nigeria is a beginner. Welcome. It's beautiful that you also had the courage, right, to start trading. Not a lot of people have the courage to start trading, but this is a skill that can set you up, for financial freedom for life. So it's beautiful to see that you've embarked on this journey. And once you stick to the right methods, once you come on here, you learn and you practice and you're consistent with the steps that you've learned, you see trading work out for you. Someone says they can't see me. Let me know in the chat if you guys can see me. I can see myself. So let me know in the chat if you guys can see me. Steven from Abuja says, trading is still quite complicated. Well, there's a lot of, steps to trading that you're going to learn today. So hopefully after today's session, I believe that you would obviously understand exactly the steps to follow so you can be a profitable trader. And I think it'll be less complicated. So it's good you stay to the end of this session so you can get an insight or you can get, the enlightenment you need to trade. But again, welcome everybody. So quickly, I'll just go over the disclaimer. Any opinion, news, research, prices, analysis, or other information discussed in this training or in this webinar or linked to this presentation is provided as general markets commentary and does not constitute investment advice. All right, so what's the agenda for today? Before I go to the agenda, I'd just like to introduce myself for those of you that do not know me. My name is Ambrose Ebuka. I have half a decade experience of trading, and I've honed my trading proficiency and contrived various profitable strategies. This includes swing and scalp trading, right? It's good that you, at some point, learn the other because a lot of opportunities in the market, you don't want to be missing out on one just because of one style of trading, okay? The same thing goes for the pairs that are analyzed. Gold, GBP, JPY, GBP, USD. I look at these charts, I analyze them with an outstanding accuracy exceeding 85%. And I regularly backtest trading strategies for effectiveness. Again, I always tell you guys that it's an evolving market. So you wanna stay updated, right? You want to be in the know. You want to keep your understanding fresh. The market evolves, there are new things that are happening daily with different countries, with different economies. And this is going to have an impact on the domestic currency. So obviously you want to stay aware of these events and how it can affect your trading. Okay, you guys can see me. Perfect. Today's agenda, first, we're going to look at the economic calendar. very important for every trader. Okay. I'll also give you guys a brief on how it works, how to set it up so that you don't miss out on economic events. And I'll talk to you guys about the ZapZone strategy, which is the zone trading strategy that I use. And we'll review the DXY currency, right? The dollar index. I'll explain to you guys what it means. And for those of you that trade with major currencies like GBP USD, Euro USD, AUD USD, gold, or especially gold, you need, especially gold and Euro USD, you need to obviously understand how the dollar index works. Guys, give me a second. Yeah. So you need to understand how the dollar index works, and I'll also show you guys the correlation of the dollar index with other pairs. We'll also have a Q&A session where I answer your questions, and if we have time, then I'll look at some of the currency pairs that you guys like, and we can analyze them and potentially execute trades. Okay. All right. Organizational issues. This session is going to last for about 45 minutes. And if you have any questions, right, trading concerns, anything related to trading or your currency pair or any difficulty, let me know in the chat. I constantly look at the chart to see if there are new questions or, new concerns that I need to address. Concerning trading, I will periodically check it and I'll be happy to answer them all. All right. Now, quick introduction into the strategy that I would be using, just so you guys can, get a feel of what it's about and if it's suitable for you as well and when to use it also. All right, give me a second, guys. Okay, I just have to make sure that the connection is working great. All right, so this strategy, the ZapZone strategy, what is included in it? What does it consist of, right? Tato from Rosenborg. Welcome. I don't know if I pronounce your name correctly. Is it Tato or Tato? But let me know in the chat. Welcome to the session. Okay. So the first thing included in the strategy is market structure, right? Now, this is aside checking the economic calendar, because obviously before you come to the charts, you want to check the economic calendar. You want to understand exactly what's going on economically, especially regarding or relating to the currency that you want to trade, right? Both of them, the base and the quotes currency. So let's say, for example, you come into the chart and you want to trade Euro USD, right? You check what's going on economically with the dollar, and you should also check what's going on economically with the euro. Okay, so you don't just trade blindly based off of, one bias or one understanding or one fundamental understanding. All right, so checking the news is the first thing you want to do, but under the strategy, you want to understand market structure. Now, your understanding of market structure includes a lot of things, but the first and most important thing that you need to know, or that would help you understand market structure properly, is being able to identify the trend even without plotting any line, any trend line, any horizontal line, or any vertical line, if you guys use that. But you need to just come onto the chart and be able to use your eyes to see higher highs and higher lows, or spot a ranging market, or spot areas of supply and demand, and then you can start to use your lines to identify them and kind of make it more visible. Okay, so you can do this with the candlestick chart. The candlestick chart is very popular. It's like the mostly used charting type, right, as compared to the line chart or the bar chart. It gives you like an in-depth understanding of prices, of market prices, of data, and all that. So you guys, very important that you pay attention to everything I'm saying about the strategy, because when I go to the chart, I'm just going to be showing you guys the zones with the lines. And if you don't understand this part, You may not even understand what a key level is, okay? So back to market structure. The candlestick chart is what we're going to be using, and we'll be using the horizontal lines and the trend lines to be able to spot the trends, right? Higher highs and higher lows, that will be for an uptrend. Lower highs and lower lows, that will be for a downtrend, but you'll be able to identify that using your trend line. Also for the ranges, we can spot that as well with the horizontal lines. We can also use that to, or the horizontal lines to spot areas of supply and demand, which is a key tool in Forex, right? You should be able to spot and identify levels of supply and demand. Very important. It's important in all kinds of businesses, right? What's the supply? What's the demand? Okay. When you're able to do that, then you want to identify the key levels, right? The key levels are the levels where the market tends to react more than once. Okay, this could be a low, this could be a high, this could be, a level of supply and demand or an area of liquidity in between the highs and the lows of the market. The key levels can be at those points. You can use your horizontal lines to identify key levels, your moving average, your Fibonacci retracement tool. Support and resistance can also be uh, confirmation for key levels as well, because again, the market works based on supply and demand. So there are areas where there will be supply, the market could still go back there to get supply again. Predetermine entry and exit points, right? So it's just like you come into the market and then you want to execute a trade. Now, most times, beginner traders mostly, you just come into the market and you could see a bunch of green candlesticks and then you say, oh, the market is bullish, let me just buy, right? Without knowing your exit points, without having an exit plan. Your entry level and exit level with the ZapZone strategy is predetermined. You already know where you want to enter and you already know where you want to exit. All right. Let me know in the chat if you guys are following. Let me know in the chat if you guys understand exactly what I'm explaining. And if you have questions, please let me know in the chat as well. And finally, the application of proper risk management. And this would include, your stop loss, your take profit. The take profit is also a risk management tool, not just the stop loss. The use of a conservative lot size, the use of, a moderate risk to reward ratio. All right. I like to tell traders that your lot size is the main tool for risk management. If you can use a conservative lot size that can keep you in the market long enough to place more trades, then your chances of making a profit is increased. Guys, it's all about your ability to stay in these markets long enough to place more trades. All right. It's not about coming to the market to make the entire profit you want to make in your trading career in one day. I mean, on a global scale, it's a $7 trillion market, right? On the spot trading scale, it's like $2.5 trillion. But again, you can make a lot of money from this market, but it doesn't mean that you should force your trading career on one day, right? So risk management is key. And the idea of, explaining this in detail for you guys is because with this zone trading strategy that I use, which I'm going to show you guys when we go over to the chart, it's not like a get rich quick scheme type of strategy that requires patience, because obviously you have to wait for the market to get into your identified key levels. You have to see how the market reacts. You have to identify where you want to exit that strategy from or that trade from. Profit, your risk, all that needs to be calculated before you enter the trade. This is going to eliminate emotion trading, over trading, revenge trading, all that, over leveraging, all that. They'll be eliminated when you understand exactly what you're risking on the trade and how much profit you can make, where you want to enter the trade and where you want to exit. Okay, so what kind of traders is this strategy suitable for? As you can see, basically all traders, the day traders, the swing traders, the scalpers, and the position traders. So if you don't know what this is, the day traders are, traders that. Okay, let me give you guys. Let me just ask you guys a question, right? So if you know, let me know in the chat if you know the answer to this. What's a day trader? Let me know in the chat if you know what a day trader is. Before I go ahead to explain what it is, because I mean that's why I'm here, right? To give you guys an explanation of some of the things that you have difficulty understanding. But again, if you know what a day trader is, let me know in the chat. And also, let me know in the chat what kind of trader you are. Are you a day trader? Are you a swing trader? Are you a scalper or a position trader? And if you don't understand what these are, don't worry. I'm going to explain the definition and explain them to you so you can understand your trading style. Okay. Trading styles are very important with or in the financial markets. It's like coming into a football club, right? Let's say I don't want to promote any football club right now, but yeah, anyone, your favorite football club, and then you come into the club and you don't even know what wing or what side you play. You just come and you're like, well, put me anywhere. I can play as a striker. I can play like a left winger, a defender. Like you need to have one particular wing that you're good at. Are you a defender? Are you a goalkeeper? Are you a central defensive midfielder? All that. Where are you good at? That's the same thing with trading. Now, if you have where you're good at with football, you can excel in that area, right? So, for example, you can score more goals as a striker, but as a defender, not that much, or as a midfielder, not that much, right? You can have a midfielder that is good with assists, but then plays as a striker and cannot even score goals. But if it's put back to the midfielder position, then he can give assists and then the team moves forward. So it's all about finding your style with trading. That's just an illustration of how it works, okay? So with trading, now you can be a day trader, but with scalping or swing trading, it may not really work out for you. Now, I'm not saying that you can't try that, but you need to first identify what you're good at. What are you good at? What do you know how to trade very well? Then you can start to diversify and look at, oh, okay, let's see if I can hold this trade for a longer period of time, but I know that I'm good at trading. All right. Okay, I see some people in the chat. Day trader is the one who trades daily. That's from Augustine. I can't really pronounce your name because it's quite difficult, but he says day trader is a person who trades or hold trades for only 24 hours. Okay. A day trader is someone who trades and close their trade daily without extension. All right. Perfect. Good answers. Now, a day trader looks to open and close their trades within the day. Okay. Sometimes, because you don't control the market, right? Your trades can be held over to the next day. And talking about next day, if you trade with Octa, you don't get charged any swap fees or, you don't get charged any commissions for holding your trades over to the next day. But then day traders, they look to close within the day. But there's some cases where, you can look to close within the day and you'll be running at a loss or, the market can just slow down because of low volatility and you have to hold it over to the next day, right? But basically, day traders look to close within the day. Swing traders hold the trades for a couple of days, a couple of weeks. The scalpers are get in and get out type of traders, right? They get in and get out. They look to get in and get out of the market in like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. They don't like to waste or stay long in the market. The position traders hold trades or they look to hold trades for weeks and even months and sometimes years. Now, the ZapZone trading strategy is good for all level traders, right? Because this is a zone trading strategy. Whatever time frame you go to in the market right now, there's going to be a zone, there's going to be a support and resistance zone, there's going to be a trend, there's going to be a ranging market in every time frame, right? So it works well for all level traders. So when do you use it? When do you use the strategy? You can use them during volatile sessions or overlapping sessions, especially when, you know, special sessions like the New York and the London session when they overlap together. You can also use them after major news events, not during, because when a news event is ongoing, there's usually a wild movement, right? A volatile movement that can cause your stops to be hit, or that can bring about, wild movement up and down of the market. Your stops get out, you get on the sell, it gets out as well. You don't want to get into a confused market. You want the market to slow down after the news, make all the wild movements, and then you can spot the trend. when those movements are made, you can now identify areas of key levels or key areas of support and resistance, key areas of supply and demand, and now you can use the ZapZone strategy. All right, we're going to go straight into the live trading session. Look at some of the pairs that some of the major pairs and some of the pairs that you guys have typed in the comments, and we can analyze that and potentially see areas we can take a trade. Okay, so remember I told you guys that we have a step or a framework to trading. And this framework to trading starts with understanding market structure. But I always tell you guys that before you go into understanding market structure, you need to look at the economic calendar. All right. Fred is saying he's a swing trader by preference. He holds trades for a day, 3 days, or 1 week or a month. And I'm still learning on holding. That's good. That's good. That's awesome. Now, just a quick tip on trading styles, guys, are very important. So if you're a beginner trader and I just explained the different types of trading styles that we have, and maybe you're not able to identify your style, or you don't you're trying to figure out your way around your style of trading. I'll give you guys a quick tip, because this is what I used. This is what helped me figure out my trading style. Your trading style, like, it will be simpler or less difficult for you to identify your trading style if you look at a trading style that matches your personality. So what do I mean by that? Now, if you're an impatient person, it's going to be difficult for you to try out swing trading strategies, right? If you're used to the fast-paced type of living, and then you come into trade and you want to try to hold trades for weeks, it's just like you're doing things that goes against your natural programming. Okay, I'm not saying you wouldn't learn how to swing trade, but it's going to take a while because this goes against your personality. Okay, so look at the strategy that fits into your personality, and then boom, you get the alignment that you need. All right, so we're going to get to the economic calendar. Just going to briefly introduce you guys to this economic calendar, the Octa economic calendar. You can find this if you go to octaafrica.net, and then you want to come down to analysis and education, economic calendar. There are other tools that you can use here. If you go to trader tools, you see trading calculator, profit calculator, pip calculator, live quotes monitoring, all this. These are also tools that can help you, especially if you're a beginner trader. Calculate your risk, calculate your profits. Just make sure that you're doing the right thing while you're trading. So also good that you check this out. Don't miss out on the potential of these tools. So you want to come down to economic calendar. I'm already there. So one of the first things that you would want to do is to make sure your time zone is correct so that you don't miss out on these news events. And if you look today, give me a second, guys. All right. If you look today, you'd see that we have quite a number of economic events, right? And that's because I have added the medium impact events. If I stick to only high impact events, you see we only have about four economic events. But if you're a beginner trader, right, and you're trying to understand the economic calendar, maybe you're not a beginner, but just so you don't miss out on some important events, you can always add the medium impact events, right? And Octa has done a good job for us, or Octa has done a good thing by helping us define these events so that you can understand what each events mean and how important they are to the currency you're trading. So let's say, for example, you're trading GBP, right? How important is the employment change for the pound sterling? You can identify that by reading this last sentence. Generally, a healthy and consistent increase of this figure is seen as bullish for the pound sterling. Obviously, you can see that the actual was greater than the previous. We had 19 previously, and now we have 24. So this is expected to be bullish for the pound sterling. Okay, but again, you're not just going to go to the chart and start buying. When I go to the live chart, I'll show you guys how you can identify your um, key levels and areas where you can get in at the best possible price, because it's all about getting in at the best possible price. Okay, here again, you can see that a decrease in the figure is seen as bullish for the pound sterling, while an increase is seen as bearish. Obviously, we got a decrease, so we're expecting still bullish um, effect on the pound sterling. Exactly. This is what I'm also saying when it comes to trading fundamentally in isolation. So here you would see that a high reading is seen as bearish for the pound sterling, while a low reading is seen as bullish. What's the claimant? The claimant count change. The claimant count change is released by the UK Office of National Statistics, and it gives you the change in number of unemployed people in the UK that are claiming benefits. And now we had an extremely high reading, which obviously, as you can see, would be seen as bearish for the pound sterling. Okay, so if you just come into the chart and you look at this report and you say, well, let's look at this one. Oh, it's bearish. I'm going to go and sell pound sterling. Probably you didn't check this too, that are bullish, or you just go straight to the chart and you start selling. That would be you trading the pound sterling in isolation. Again, if you still go based on these two bullish reports, that would also be you trading the pound sterling in isolation. So when I go over to the chart, I'll show you guys exactly how you can combine your technicals and your fundamentals. On the USD, we had producer price index that excludes food and energy year over year released today. I'm just going to go ahead and, include medium impact so that we can see uh, other reports. As you can see, we also had producer price index year over year and producer price index month over month. We also had a speech from the president of the Federal Bank of Atlanta, right? Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, yeah, today. And one of the important things about these speeches is that as a trader, you want to pay attention to this report or these remarks, because it gives you an insight on how price increases can affect the economy. And you can also get an insight on the exact date that there will be changes in terms of, money supply. Okay. Yes, we're all expecting a rate cut for late 2024, but again, I expect the Fed to obviously look at some of the necessary data before making any move concerning the interest rates. All right. So again, for beginner traders, right, one of the important things you want to do is to make sure your time zone is set correctly. You want to include even low impact events for the knowledge. And you want to look at previous and actual, and you want to click on the reports to understand what they mean and how this results would affect the currency. Okay. Now, when you look at economic events like this, it's also good that you do research to understand on the grand scheme of things, market sentiment. It's also good that you go to the previous week to see the trend of that currency, right? The currency could be on a downtrend, the currency could be depreciating in value, and then you see one, unemployment reports that would signify bullish momentum, and then you think, oh, this is going to bring about bullish momentum for this currency. But then the currency has been on a downtrend for weeks, right? And that bullish move can just be like a recovery and the market continues, okay? So very important that you put all this into consideration and not just focus on one particular report. Can I copy your trades using copy trade? Yeah, the Octa copy trading app gives you access to master traders, right? You can always see their performance, see how they trade, whichever one that aligns with your trading style, whichever one you prefer. You can link your account to that trader. It's quite a very transparent app where you can see, the results of these traders 6 months ago, all time, and there are a lot of master traders on there that you can select from. So it's good you try that out. Okay, I was gonna go ahead to explain the producer price index, but just to save our time, so we can analyze some pairs, you can always read this. The definition is right here. You can use that to get your understanding of the producer price index. Okay, it's an inflation indicator for you as a trader. You also have the central bank looking at producer price index for monetary policy as well. So very important. Okay, right now we're looking at the DXY, um, the DXY chart, right? And obviously from the last live session that we did, we looked at the possibilities of DXY continuing its downtrend. Because remember, I told you guys, as long as you're trading below this trend line was drawn from the weekly time frame. I just wanted to show you guys how serious the bearish move is on the dollar index. Okay, you can see the dollar index. We drew this trend line all the way from here. We broke below it, and we're trading below it. This is a sign of weakness, guys. We're still trading below the trend line that we drew from the weekly time frame. Why is this trend line very important? It's important because the few times the dollar index came down to this trend line, we could not sustain any break. But now we are sustaining breaks, and I still expect the dollar index to even move further to the downside, make a second retest and even try to break below this point, right? Potentially a retest at the 200 period moving average on the weekly time frame, probably around here. Yeah, probably around the 102. Let me just indicate that for you guys quickly. So this is where I expect the dollar index to trade in the coming weeks, right? If we keep trading below the 200 period moving average, then we are obviously still bearish on the dollar. And if you're trading Euro USD, this is also going to be an indication for you to buy Euro USD as well. Right now, looking at the Euro USD chart, we are currently at a key level. Let me go to the daily time frame and show you guys. Yes. All right. So this is why this is a key level for us. If you noticed, we formed this level. I can even trace it all the way back to this point and this point as well. Then we had this minor key level here. We have the major one at the top, the highs over here, the yearly highs over here. See the yearly highs over here. Then we have the minor key levels and this one down here as well. So for every time that we got to this point since January this year, there was a bounce, right? We tried again to get to this point. There was a bounce. We got to this point. There was a bounce, but if you look at the candlesticks that are being formed from that bounce, you'd see that there is no bearish momentum candlestick. What do I mean by bearish momentum? Look at the current candlestick on the daily time frame. You can see how there's momentum that signifies, that the buyers are pushing higher. You can see we created a wick or a shadow on this candlestick, and the bullish momentum has covered almost 50% of this shadow, right? So this is clearly bullish momentum. We're not seeing a lot of that here. You can see for every bearish candlestick, there is a bullish move that takes it all the way to the top side. That bullish move covers almost 50% of even this last one as well. So you can see that here we had strong bearish move. You can see strong bearish move, strong bearish move, strong bearish move. We're not seeing that right here. What does that mean? It means that Euro USD is potentially going to break above this point, right? You can see that we've already broken above this trend line that we've drawn from the daily, July last year, from the highs, from the yearly highs. We've broken above. We've not sustained that break yet. If we sustain that break above this trend line, then I expect the euro dollar market to trend even higher. Okay, and obviously our targets would be these highs and then the yearly highs. We'll have to extend this. So if you're trading the euro dollar market, what I'm just going to tell you to do is to observe how the market reacts, because we're at a key level, right? I can't really say you should start buying right now because we've not closed. This candlestick has not closed at the breakout of this trend line. We've not closed at this. We've not broken out of this key level as well. This entire zone is very important for the euro dollar market. If we get that nice push, probably a retest or a consolidation, then I'll be looking to go long at the pullback of that consolidation. All right. Okay, let's see. So yeah, I believe you guys understood the analysis on Euro USD. If you trade Euro USD, let me know in the chat if you understood the analysis. And for gold as well, gold is also sitting at a key level. I expect gold to trade even higher in the coming weeks. As you can see, we have three multiple retests at these highs. Let me just zoom in. Excuse me, guys. I expect a break above this key level. The reason is because we're having strong bullish signs to the top side, right? Obviously, our RSI is still below overbought levels. And we're seeing momentum push up. We're seeing the dollar getting weaker. And if that continues, then we're going to get a nice break to the top side. But now is not a good time to start buying or, selling gold. Obviously, if we get huge rejection, just like we're seeing now, we saw the rejection, we saw massive rejection. If we start closing up at doji candlesticks here and I see bearish momentum, then obviously that'll be a good time to trade a reversal or trade a bounce. But we'll have to observe how this candlestick reacts at this key level. All right. Not a good time to buy, not a good time to sell right now, but we're just going to observe and see what gold does because we are at a key level. All right. And I told you with the ZapZone trading strategy, you don't just trade the key levels, you trade you react to how the market acts on the key level. And if we are going to be selling after the rejection, our targets would be at these previous lows, these previous areas of support, which I believe gold would come down to test if we get a bounce up here. But guys, the dollar is weak. And again, I told you guys that if we continue to trade below the 200 period moving average of the dollar on the daily time frame, like I told you guys here, we're trading below the 200 period moving average. With the moving average strategy, if the market trends below it, it's a downtrend, right? You look at the bounce and the strength of the bounce, continuous downtrend. And as you can see here, bearish momentum is still kicking, it's still continuing. You can see how solid this is. If this continues, then I'll be expecting a break out of this key level to the top side on the gold market. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is to go over to the Octa Trader web platform and show you guys exactly how to use the Octa Trader to execute trades, especially for beginner traders. This is your, if you're new to our live trading sessions and you're new to Octa, this is the Octa Trader web platform that you can use. One of the beautiful features I love about this platform, the Octa Trader web platform, is the space feature. And guys, remember, you can't access this if you create a trading account for MT4 and MT5. Even if it's under Octa as a broker, for you to access space, you need to have an Octa Trader account. All right. So create an Octa Trader account and then you can access space. The space feature gives you ideas, analysis from expert traders. So you can see what they're saying. I think I saw someone in the chat talking about I traded Euro USD. I think is a buy, but I need proof. Now, if you're the kind of trader that likes to look at sentiment, especially from experts, space is for you. With space, you can see what the experts are saying, and you can combine that or align that with your trade and see if there are necessary adjustments that are needed or if you're good to go. All right. There are a lot of ideas here. As you can see, one just came out about an hour ago, right? Yeah. So it's updated. The time frame is also updated as well. Like you can see the 1 hour time frame chart. If you're a scalper, you can look here at the 15-minute time frame chart. And obviously, we're expecting the dollar or the euro dollar market to push even further to the top side. So you can see it's a lot of advice, a lot of no, not advice, but a lot of ideas rather, a lot of trade ideas, a lot of analysis that you can use, a lot of instruments as well that you can use. Now, if you want to place a trade with Octa, so this just give you guys a quick example, right? So it has been divided, or you have different sections where you can choose from if you trade digital currencies, indices, which is the Nasdaq, the US 30, SPX 500, metals like gold, silver, energies like oil, all that. You can always use this tool to streamline your search. And let's say, for example, we'll be using Euro USD for this example, right? Come on that place order, and you can choose either sell or buy. It's your lot size, your take profits, your stop loss level, and then you can execute the order. Now, if you're trading a fast-paced market or a high volatile market and you just want to go straight into the buys, you can use here, buy now, sell now, click, boom, open, right? Then you can now come down, click on it, modify your take profits, modify your stop loss. All right. So, it's good. So I just wanted to give you guys an introduction on how you can place orders with the Octa Trader. If you want to place a pending order, like a future order, the buy stop, sell stop, you can always click here, click on pending, edit your entry price, just the same way of placing a normal order, but this time it's a future order, right? So you're placing it for it to execute in the future, all right? So you can always use that pending order tool to put your sell stop, your buy stop. And again, if you look here, you wouldn't be seeing buy stop or sell limits, right? But once you edit the price, so let's say, for example, Euro USD is currently at 1.097.4. And I want to play, I'm not seeing a buy stop here, but I want to place a buy stop at 1.1. Boom, you see, buy stop comes up. Because now buy stop is for the market to buy above the current market price. So if you're not seeing your preferred pending order over here, don't fret. Just go straight, put your entry price, and it shows up. All right, it shows up, and then you can click and proceed to place an order. Okay. So let me know in the chat if you guys understand exactly how to trade with Octa Trader. Let me know in the chat. And if you have any questions, this is your time. You can go ahead and ask me your questions. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and ask me your questions. Please explain XAUUSD. So I already did that. This video is going to be on the Octa Broker YouTube channel. You can always replay, come back and watch. I already explained XAUUSD, what you should look out for, where the market currently is on XAUUSD, and what I expect the market to do before I execute a trade. And this is just an introduction to the Fed, because I see someone ask a question about the Fed and how it works. So we have the Federal Reserve System, and we have three key entities under the Federal Reserve System, which are the Board of Governors. We had one of the governors speak today, right? The president of the Federal Reserve of the Bank of Atlanta. Then we have 12 Federal Reserve banks. We have the FOMC, the Federal Open Markets Committee, and their key functions are to conduct the nation's monetary policy, to help maintain the stability of the financial system, to supervise and regulate financial institutions, to foster payment and settlement system safety and efficiency, and to promote consumer protection and community development. So these are some of the geographical areas where these banks are located. Boston, New York, Philadelphia. I think we had the, again, president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta speak today. And over time, I always tell you guys that it's good to closely look at how and what this board of governors or these governors are saying, you know, their stance on monetary policy, their stance on the interest rate. This can give you an idea of what to expect. How do you use fundamental analysis in trading? You want to look out for the events that are going to be released that day, which we just did. And I also told you guys you can check for the previous week and the week ahead, just so that you can have a wider perspective of the trend of that currency. Okay. The focus should be on high impact events, confirm the release time and understand the meaning of the event and possible outcome. Take note of the previous and the forecast because, again, for you to understand what the reading would mean, you need to understand what the forecast is, what the previous is, and what the actual is. Wait for the news to be released and combine with technical analysis and strategies for effective results. Okay. Again, if you are new to the Octa live sessions or Octa as a broker, you can use the Octa trading app to practice whatever it is that you've learned here. You can get that with the link in the description. There's also going to be a link in the live chat that you can click to get the app. The Octa trading app offers a wide range of trading instruments with low spreads, fast execution, and zero commissions. We also have various educational resources like this one you're on right now, and others as well, market analytics, 24/7 customer support, and a strong commitment to funds and data security. Now, if you decide to go live and start trading real funds, I have a super cool promo code for you. It's Ambrose E100. And this promo code gives you a 100% bonus to your deposit, okay? So you open the Octa Trading app or visit the official site, octaafrica.net. You go to your profile in the promotion section of the menu. You can type in Ambrose E100, activate your bonus, and enjoy. So today we talked about the ZapZone trading strategy and how you can use it, suitability for traders, and we applied it on our live chart. We also looked at how you can trade the news, and we reviewed this strategy on the live charts for the dollar index, Euro USD, and gold in the session terminal. I also showed you guys how to use the Octa Trader for effective results. Now I see one question, so I'm going to take one last question. And someone is asking, I can't find DXY on the Octa platform. Why? So I'll show you guys how you can connect to DXY in a minute. Let's just look at some of the key takeaways. And this is for you, very important. Analyze trading instruments to understand how they behave under various market conditions. Review your actions and reflect on your decisions to identify what worked well and what can be improved. Also very important, self-accountability is very important in trading. Keep up with the latest market news and updates, and use educational resources to enhance your understanding of trading strategies and tools. Always come back here, watch more live videos, watch more live trading sessions, watch more market analytics videos, watch more webinars. Just stay in the know, okay? Stay updated. All right, so I said I was going to take one question on how you guys can find DXY, okay? Let's see. Show you guys how to do that. Okay, so now you're on the Octa platform. Give me a second. So one of the ways that you can find DXY would be to create a TradingView account, and then you can access. It's normally down here towards the left. You can see that right now. But again, TradingView is the software that I use for DXY, which is the dollar index. That gives you the idea of the strength and weakness of the dollar. All right. Now, about the bonuses, guys, there is a certain volume that you need to trade to be able to withdraw your bonus. So when you create an Octa Trader account and you put in the bonus, you come over here to manage bonuses. You click up here and you can see when you click on claimed, you come down here to see what you have to trade to be able to withdraw your bonus. All right. And that'll be it for the live trading session today. It was really amazing to have you guys on here. Again, you can always come back to watch the video and stay updated with the trends, with the strategy that I use, and you can use that to improve your trading abilities as well. It was really amazing. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you next time.